Folks, welcome back to AAA Farms. James here. We had kind of interesting morning this morning. Today is my second day into my vacation. We haven't been able to do all the brush hogging I was wanting to do. Y'all can tell the ground's pretty wet. Hoping tomorrow it'll dry off enough. It's yeah, I hear you. The land's been kind of sucking up all the water pretty good with the recent rain, so I'm hoping it does the same thing here. Even though it ain't as dry as it was with the previous thunderstorms. Other than that, still got beautiful weather, 70 degrees. However, give you a little spin real quick. 2 steers, ball bar field. The field the steers are on, the herd. So somehow or another this morning, that gate there was wide open. No idea how. No idea when. I mean, I got an idea when. It's about 11 o'clock. Went to fix some lunch. I had some leftover gumbo. And I look out here and the entire herd is in this pasture here. So I was like, oh boy, that's fun. So came to look at the gate over here to see what was broke. And nothing was broke. I'm not sure how it came open. My best guess is probably on the steers, because they were on this side of the fence at the time, was pushing against it or rubbing against it and somehow managed to unlatch the chain. Anyway, came to check it out. The 2 steers followed me in along with 2 of my oldest cows, Lola and Pumpkin. I can point them out to y'all in a minute. They came in. Been having Lola and Pumpkin since they were born on our previous farm, and they were actually the first 2 calves ever born once we started farming, or once we got into cattle. I managed to get those 2 back through the gate. These 2 stayed in, so I closed the gate. So now the 2 steers are on the 20-acre ball bar fence, which there's some bahia. Y'all can see some patches here and there, and there's a little bit of hay in the hay rings over here still. I think that there's plenty enough grass in there to support 2 steers, and there's plenty enough grass over here to support the herd until September 16th. Today is September 12th, so in the morning of September 16th, we had to load these guys into our corral here anyway. So what our game plan is now, we'll load them into the corral, or get them into the corral, come in with the trailer, load them into the trailer, and then we can leave this gate open for the herd to come back through. The only major decision I gotta make still is there's the center electric fence. I still got it down for when these guys were in there. Debating on going ahead and closing yet. Kind of had to hold you out in my hand. This is kind of improv. But they debating on closing that so that they can get in there and we can kind of rotationally graze. I mean, not before the 16th. Before the 16th, we'll put them back in here, and we'll open this side gate right there for them to go in there. But I haven't decided yet. There's plenty of grass in here for them for 4 days at least. All honestly, they'd probably be good for a week. We'll just have to monitor it and see. Worst case scenario, I got another hay ring up at the house that I can throw in here with some hay. But as y'all can tell, these guys are still doing really well, still putting on a lot of weight. We got 4 more days and they're going to the butcher. Today is Thursday. I'll probably throw this video up Saturday by the time I get it post-processed, or maybe sooner. I don't know, we'll see, or y'all will see. But just a little bit of interesting stuff happening on the farm. Y'all can tell they're definitely still looking really well and keep putting on weight, and this will make it so we can start feeding them in the corral, or our little makeshift corral. Get them used to going in there and getting the feed so that hopefully Monday morning won't be that big of a deal. Let's go get a closer look at the herd. As y'all can see, we still have tons of grass in here for them to eat. We've got different things such as Johnson grass, which is this, and then we've got this bahia, which, to give you an idea how tall that stuff is, I would say probably about a foot. Maybe a little bit more than a foot. So still plenty of stuff for them to graze on. they need it. They're a lot lighter than I like them to be going into winter. But we got a little time to beef them back up. Like I said, plenty of grass in here for them to eat. Tons of Johnson. There's a lot of Bahia that direction. A lot of Bahia in this direction. So let's see, where is, oh, I'll get closer. I'll go pointing people out to you. Ow. There's a hole there. Tons of Johnson. Tons of big holes. Don't know what's digging them. Alright, so that's Pumpkin in the center there. That's my big orange cow. Second calf ever born once we got into the cattle. She's a really good cow. I might have played with her too much when she was young, so you got to keep an eye on her because she likes to play still. And she only weighs, you know, like 2,000 pounds now. She, one thing to remember, they're Bahia. Not Bahia. Oh, they're Charolais. Or she's partially Charolais. She's mixed with something else, but she's half Charolais. The only one that doesn't have any Charolais is Ruby, which is this dark one right here. She's Red Angus. But we actually got that from one of my wife's friends. She turned out to be a really good cow. Let's see. See how close I can get to her without her flipping. Give y'all kind of an idea. So y'all can see she's probably about my ribs. She's a pretty big cow. Not the biggest one we got, but she's definitely up there. She's a good cow. And then Lola is that one. She is the oldest calf on the farm, or cow on the farm now. We started off, my wife's dad passed away, and we inherited his herd, or his older herd. And sadly, all those cows were pretty old at the time we got them. They didn't make it to this farm the first couple of years we were here. However, they started having a whole bunch of medical problems. So we had to end up sending them to auction, which made Lola the oldest. You can definitely tell it in her coat. That is Pumpkin's calf right there. Lola has a calf somewheres. Oh, it's right there, that guy. So this is one of the bulls. Lola's calf right there is one of the other bulls. She puts out really good cows, or really good calves. Honestly, I don't think she's ever had a heifer. It's always been a bull. But you can definitely tell how old she is. She still ain't, how old are you? We've been on this farm for about 8 years, and we got into the cattle about a year before we moved here. So she's about 9. And this is Pumpkin's little bull calf. He's looking really good. He's one of the ones we got to bring to the vet. Along with Lola's calf, we got to bring him to the vet as well, because they're just too big for us to handle them here on the farm with what we got. So we'll bring them to the vet, and they'll neuter them for us, or castrate them for us. And then this guy is one of our steers. Ours is the youngest one, and this is the one I got to make a steer. And then this young lady is our heifer. Game plan is to keep her. Our bull, he'll be our bull for a little bit longer, but we'll end up having to send him on once she gets breeding age, because we don't want to breed her back to her pappy. This guy here, Charolais bulls have always been kind of relaxed. He doesn't let me pet him. The one we had before, which is the bull that my wife's dad had, was way bigger than him. A lot longer. Anyway, he was very gentle, and you could walk up and pet him. This guy won't let me pet him. And here's a closer look at Ruby. Ruby's looking pretty good. So that is Ruby's calf right there. And her mama's Elsa, which is his white calf. Yeah, our oldest boy and my wife and her sister were really big into the movie Frozen. That's where this name came from for her. She's a very gentle cow. She's the third oldest on the farm. She's been around just as long as the other two. They're like a couple months apart. I'm pretty sure Pumpkin is pregnant. Lola's not pregnant. Let's see. She's pregnant. She might be pregnant. She looks pregnant. This one doesn't have a name. I definitely played with her way too much. So if I get close to her, she starts headbutting me, just wanting to play. And she's way bigger than I am now. And then the last one we got is that white cow there, which is the youngest cow that we got, and she just always looks like crud. Really probably about to sell her to auction, because she's just, I don't know how well it's coming across, but she just does not keep weight on her. We're going to try worming the whole herd here shortly. Maybe she'll put some more weight on, but we've wormed her and brought her to the vet and everything else, and there's just nothing that keeps the weight on them. Weight on her anyway. Her calf is the heifer. This lady here is doing pretty good too. Yeah. To how swollen she is. She's pregnant. I think she might be pregnant. I'm pretty convinced Pumpkin is. So, and Ruby. All right, guys. I just used this opportunity to kind of show y'all what happened today. These are the kind of things that happen. This is perfectly fine, not stressful whatsoever. I mean, it's a little bit stressful, but not stressful because we have the electric fence going around. Now imagine if that happened, we didn't have any other fences. That would be very stressful, because that's, you're coming home and you're tracking a cow herd down, trying to figure out where they all went, or they go get into the, you know, the $1,000 or $2,000 worth of hay you just bought. But herd's doing pretty good. They put on quite a bit of weight ever since it started raining and cooling off, because the grass started growing again. And everybody looks pretty good except for this one, which we're going to see what we can do to get her up. Probably once we send the steers off to the butcher, we'll probably start feeding these guys. Not near as much as we're feeding them, but we'll start feeding them, trying to get more weight on them before winter starts. But it's kind of showing y'all around, keeping y'all up to date. All right, y'all have a good one. Thank you for joining me on the farm today. Talk to y'all next time.